I have something special for you. You just started ranking. I like how the conversations kind of gradually went into this. You just started ranking sci-fi movies. I want you to look away for one more second. You're good. You can look. Top 10 sci-fi movies ever.
Dude,
My list. Here we go.
I love the I love
You like it?
dude, yeah. It's like perfect. I
It
wouldn't
is
change
cutting
it.
off a little bit of the screen, so hopefully you guys get the gist
Dude,
of it. But
they're
here we go.
seeing everything they need to see.
Top 10 sci-fi movies ever. I created a list. I want to get your reaction to it. We got to go fast here, okay?
That's no problem.
Number 10, The Thing.
Oh
Okay, your
man.
thoughts on The Thing? Should it be higher or lower, even in the top
Um
10? What do you think?
I mean, personally, I think it definitely is in the top 10. It's arguably the best like sci-fi horror movie ever made. Now you say the effects don't hold up. Kind of have
I don't know about that. There's
uh,
another horror movie. Alien's technically a horror movie.
okay. I would put Alien over The Thing. I think John Car I can't understate how important that movie
The
was
Thing?
to the, no both
Both,
movies.
okay.
Like cuz really also Alien came out beforehand, came out 78 in the first one, right? 78
Which one?
Alien.
Alien
That
came
came
out
out 80,
77, 79, something like that.
I thought it was 78.
78, could be 78.
And that was like what 82?
82.
82, yeah. So in 82 is a hell of a year. But Alien was so impactful to the culture.
Hold on, save for Alien. Alien is on this list. I'll give you.
Okay,
Okay,
all
for
right.
The Thing, though.
The Thing. Oh, I mean, to me, my biased opinion, it's a 10 out of 10 movie. My objective opinion, it's like an 8.5.
Do you think it deserves to be a top 10 all time?
I think it has an argument. I think it's
It's number 10.
the Hakeem Olajuwon of
Dude,
sci-fi
shout out
movies.
Akeem.
Hakeem.
Number 9, Inception.
Whoa, honestly, that would be a little bit higher.
Really?
Conceptually, it's arguably the greatest like concept for a movie. It's so
I would agree with that.
ridiculous. Like it's so ridiculous. The execution was really good. For some reason, when you rewatch it upon rewatch, especially at least after the second rewatch, that third, fourth, fifth, you kind of get it loses the same feeling that like Interstellar has. It's not the same, like it doesn't have the same rewatchability, but it's still very rewatchable. I think it's a 10 out of 10 movie. Realistically, I'd probably give it a flat 9, maybe like a 9.23.
So it should be higher, you said.
Maybe a little bit
Okay,
higher.
okay,
Yeah.
cool. Number 8, Jurassic Park.
Okay, if the list is going to be like this, Inception might be where it needs to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, the culture.
The culture.
The first time watching this movie was I think this was one of the movies that made me want to get into movies, do movies, watch movies, react to movies because this was like the first movie I can remember feeling a sense of magic from being like, how did they do that? Why does this came out like 94, right? It was 94,
93.
93, yeah. It came out 93 and it looks like it was just and like even when I'm a kid, it's just like that all that stuff fascinated me. Oh my God, the soundtrack.
Come on now.
The soundtrack.
John Williams.
I mean, Jurassic Park is like a 9.9.
I agree, actually.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
It's,
Number 7, the Star Wars franchise.
I mean, you
as a whole.
you threw up
I threw up the 3.
two out of the 3 best.
Oh, well, see, I threw up New Hope because it started it all. I could have threw up
It's also the
Empire.
best poster in the entire
I
franchise.
agree,
It's like
actually.
it's like the best.
It's the
poster.
lightsaber thing, I think. The little cross.
Yeah,
It's-
because
yeah.
it's what they took that and then they're like, hey, let's use this in Tron and have him hold
Yeah.
up the.
There's really nothing that could be said about Star Wars that hasn't been said already. It should deserve to be in the top 10. Arguably, people
better.
should probably put it higher because of all the movies and how like,
Yeah.
people love it,
And
but
when you
it's not
watch
my
it-
cup of tea. So.
When you watch it in its prime form, which is Ultra HD, ultra widescreen, you know what I'm saying? You kind of realize, oh, this is a space western that was basically directed by a genius Italian. Even though it was his name, Steve Irwin, Steve Kirchin, I think his name was George Lucas's
Again,
film.
not a huge Star Wars fan. So
Well, so people think that George Lucas directed the first 3 Star Wars movies. He directed the last half of not Empire Strikes Back, of Return of the Jedi. He directed the last half of that.
well, no wonder it's ass.
Yeah, that's the last half though. When
I
Ewok,
hate Return of the Jedi. It's one of the hardest things to get through in my
the
opinion.
reason why Steve left, I'm just gonna call him Steve because I know that's his first name. The reason why Steve left is because he's like, I don't the Ewoks. It takes away from the gravity of the thing. It's not a kids movie. It's a movie. And George's like, but we gotta have the Ewoks. We gotta have the Ewoks. No disrespect to George Lucas, he made Star Wars Episode 3 by himself.
Yeah.
So like,
Shout out.
shout out. He deserves all the praise he can get.
All right. Number 6, Dune. I put Dune over Star Wars, and people are saying I fucking shit on it. I put it over Star Wars, damn it.
I mean,
Okay? Like,
it's-
I think this is
it's heavy,
a borderline top 5 sci-fi franchise ever.
and
So-
it's not even like halfway done yet.
It's not even There's gonna be 4 parts.
Well, no, there's like 6 books, and that's like the
Oh
very
yeah,
end. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
I know. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Like that leads into Dune Messiah, and then I forget what the third. I don't. How can I? And then for some reason the third book is falling deaf on me, and then you have God Emperor of Doom, which is about his son. You know, it's his not his son. It's Leto the Second,
I
and
think
he
what
becomes a big worm.
I think I have a weird opinion about this. I think the 2 movies so far have been so fucking nearly flawless. However, if it becomes a Star
That's
Wars,
right.
if it becomes the Star Wars of its time where we get like 10 different movies, I feel like it would get old after a while.
It will.
It will get old after a
But
while.
those
Anyway,
first like 4, 6 are gonna be crazy.
yeah, okay. So number 5 in the top 5, Alien.
I mean,
The first 2 Alien, I'm not gonna count Alien Cubed. Okay, I'm not gonna fucking add.
or
I'm not gonna,
was it Alien Resurrection?
it's Alien the third. It's like the third or whatever.
No, but
It's
there's
so
another one.
stupid.
There's another one called like Alien Resurrections or something.
Yeah. Anyway, we're not adding those two. These first 2 Alien movies in there.
Yeah,
We're gonna talk about
dude,
aliens.
talk about a like. I was gonna talk about the second one. I don't really think I need to. If you know anything about the franchise, you know that it's one of the most solid duologies ever created in film. Like even like the first 2 Godzilla movies. That first Godzilla movie, amazing. Gojira 1954, literally a perfect movie. 10 out of 10. Godzilla Raids Again, it is dog shit. It's like a 2 out. I love it. I have so much love in my heart for it, but it's dog shit. It's literally a 2 out of 10 movie. If you watch that movie, you would want to self delete in Minecraft with a diamond sword, loot 3. Like you gotta understand, it's so bad.
But Alien, good top 5 pick.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's I can't argue with that.
Yeah. Okay, number 4, Back to the Future. Back to the Future not being in the top 3 might be crazy to some people. I just think that there's 3 movie franchises better than it.
If
And just to say, the next 3 are solo movies.
if Back
So,
to the Future Part 3 was as good
right,
as
and that's
Back
the
to
only
Future,
thing that's not putting in the top 3.
if it was as good as Part 2 or Part 1, it would be probably number 1. If
Right.
in my opinion, it would be number 1. Those first 2 movies are both 10 out of 10 flawless sci-fi masterpiece. I don't care about the effect. I don't care about any of that. When I'm watching it, I am enveloped. I'm entertained. I can do anything to that movie. Anything.
Number 2 or number 3, ready?
Number 3. Can't argue with it. I mean, when effects wise, it might be the best like practical effects.
I love the poster. I might just buy the poster, dude.
Just get the vinyl soundtrack.
It looks so good. Anyway, 2001: A Space Odyssey, number 3. Come on,
I mean,
bring it home.
so it's a great movie. Don't get me wrong. I do think that Stanley Kubrick is to a degree overrated. I love Doctor
Man,
Strange.
bro, I love you so much.
No,
Bro.
I'm just being real. I love Clockwork
And people are
Orange.
going to fucking freak out over that.
You can censor these out. I'm stone cold.
Okay, people can freak out over that. He revolutionized filmmaking.
He did.
Absolutely.
He did with that budget that he got from NASA in 1969, helping film the fake moon landing stuff. Absolutely. I'm
But
joking.
To me, not the greatest director of all time, and that's where people put him.
I mean, like you can.
He might be top 3.
Yeah, yeah, you could argue top 3. I mean, you could argue top 3, but if you really know film, it's more like top 10.
Yeah.
He's very much so. I like to call him the Kobe Bryant of directors, where people are like, "Oh, he was such a good shooter," da da da. But then you look at his filmography and you realize he was wickedly inefficient. Rest in peace, Mom.
For real. All right, number 2, Blade Runner. Yeah. I did this one for you, so you can go off on it if you.
I would personally put this at number 1 because it's
Well, you know it's gonna be number 1.
I know it's
You
gonna,
know it's gonna be number 1. So
it's your Blade Runner for number 1.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I get it because the first time, and this is the only movie in my, and this is my personal top 10 movies of all time. This is number 10. This is the only movie that is in the top 150 movies that I have. That the very first time I watched it, I hated it. I did not like it at all.
Why?
Because I didn't get it. I didn't see the movie. I was too focused on Harrison Ford. And then the second time I watched it, I started like the world.
Yes.
Felt, and it's like
you
I
know what's
was
so crazy?
sucked into
Let's go to number 1. Number 1, Interstellar. This is my Blade Runner, like you said. The first time I watched it, didn't get it.
I don't know why I gave a shocked face, like, oh, what? Yeah, I mean,
The first time I watched it, didn't get it.
really? I
I'm
mean,
just like you with Blade Runner.
dude,
I liked it enough to watch it again, but I didn't get it. I legit, the ending fucked me up. I was like, wait, how the
what?
fuck
You
did
did
that just
what?
happen? Interstellar, number 1 sci-fi movie of all time. That's just all I'm gonna say on the matter. Any disagreements on the top 10? Is it a good top 10 list? What do you think?
I mean, I can't necessarily disagree. I have like personal picks that I go, I know I like these movies, but like I don't know if you know what Tetsuo the Iron Man is. I don't think I could put it over any of those movies, like objectively. So, as far as an objective list goes, I'd say that's pretty accurate. I might move Dune down a little bit. I'd probably put Dune at like number 9 or 8. That's really the only change I'd do. I
Which is
might
yeah.
I might put Back to the Future over 2001: A Space Odyssey. Just because I'd say quality wise it's as good, effects wise I don't think it's as good, but you get more content out of that franchise.
Hmm. All right. Moving on to maybe a lighter subject.